Hey folks, this is Kevin, and welcome back to the Slow English Podcast. I'm really glad you're here. Today, I've invited one of my students, Julia, to share a story about her English journey.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julia. Thank you for having me here. I always wanted to share my thoughts and talk about the thing that I liked, but every time I couldn't speak even a single word. I tried very hard and studied a lot, but nothing had changed. I still remember this one time at a big event. There was a group of people talking about such an interesting topic, something I actually know a lot about. I had so many ideas in my head, and I really wanted to join the conversation.
Oh wow! So did you jump in and share your thoughts?
Well, that's the thing. I wanted to, but I just didn't know how. I kept thinking, what if I interrupt? What if it sounds weird? So I stayed quiet, and later, I felt really bad that I hadn't said anything.
Yes, I think almost every English learner goes through that. You want to join in, but something inside says don't.
Yes, exactly. It's like you're standing right there, wanting to step in with confidence, but something inside holds you back. And that moment just stays with you.
I'm 100% sure many of you have felt this before. Yeah, that awkward feeling when you want to say something, but just don't know how. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today. How to speak to anyone with confidence. We're going to share simple, practical tips to help you feel more relaxed when joining conversations, speaking your mind, and connecting with people. And don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. This is your safe space. You can listen while lying down, or just chilling on the couch, or even while drifting off to sleep. No pressure, no stress, just real conversations. So, if you want to talk to anyone more confidently and easily, get comfortable, grab a cup of tea, or coffee if you prefer, and let's dive in. So, guys, have you ever felt that awkward moment when you just can't find the words to join a conversation? Yeah, it happens to so many people. I think it's mostly because we feel nervous. Your mind starts overthinking everything, and suddenly you're worrying about what other people might think of you. That little worry, what will they think of me? Oh, it can feel so strong, right? You start asking yourself things like, will I say something wrong? Will they think I'm strange? Am I going to be judged? And when those thoughts take over, it just stops you. Even if you have a lot to say, even if you're really excited to join the conversation, that feeling can freeze you in place.
That's exactly what happened to me at that gathering. I had so many interesting points I wanted to share. But I was so worried about interrupting or saying something silly that I just stayed quiet. It felt like there was this wall in my mind, stopping me from speaking.
Oh, yes. That's such a common experience. So many English learners go through the same thing. You know, we often think about all the bad things that could happen. We forget about the good things that could happen too. Sometimes we stop ourselves before we even try. And that can hold us back, even if we have a lot to say, right?
Exactly. I let negative thoughts win before I even try.
So, how can we get past that? How can we feel more confident and join the conversation? Well, it's really about getting your mind ready and practicing confidence. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you can build.
Yes, that's true.
It starts even before you say a word. For example, when you walk into a room or join a conversation, stand tall. Keep your shoulders back. It makes you feel stronger and look confident.
Oh, that makes sense.
Don't forget a smile. A friendly smile is a universal way to show you're open. And when you speak, Use a clear, friendly voice. Not too loud, not too quiet.
Yes, exactly. I notice when I smile, people respond more warmly.
These small actions help your brain feel more confident. But the biggest challenge is usually in your mind. That's where we need to turn negative thoughts into positive ones.
Right, that's definitely the hardest part for me. Changing what I tell myself inside.
Instead of letting your brain say, "What if I say something wrong? What if I make a mistake? What if they judge me?" Try to change those thoughts to positive ones. Switch your thoughts immediately. If you make a mistake, think it's okay. I'm just learning.
Yeah, that makes me feel less nervous already.
Most everyday conversations aren't that serious. People are usually just enjoying the moment, not judging you. They'll probably like that you join in. The hard part for many people is how to start. Starting a conversation can feel tricky, especially with a group or someone you don't know. Maybe you wonder, how do I join? What should I say first? Those first few words can feel hard, but that's normal.
Yeah, I always feel that the first step is the hardest.
Small talk is really important. Yes, knowing how to do small talk is key for building confidence. It's how you show that you're friendly.
Right, so how do we actually start a conversation?
Let's look at some easy ways to start a conversation that make you sound confident. These are simple and short phrases that make the first step much easier and natural.
Oh, that sounds helpful. Could you give some examples?
Sure. For example, if you're at an event with someone where food is served, you could say, "This food is great, isn't it?" Or, "I love this dish. It's my favorite." If you're outside with a friend, you could say, "It's a beautiful day, isn't it?" Or, "This line is pretty long today." These simple statements give the other person a chance to reply and start the conversation. The next tip is to ask an open-ended question. That's a question that can't be answered with just yes or no. It invites the other person to give a longer answer and start a conversation. For example, in a party, you could ask, "How did you hear about this party?" Or, "What do you usually enjoy doing on weekends?" If you notice someone with an interesting accessory or item, try, "That's a cool bag. Where did you get it?" Or, "I like your shoes. Are they comfortable?" These questions encourage more than a single word answer, which helps the conversation grow.
I love that idea. It keeps the conversation going naturally.
Exactly. Another easy way to start talking is by helping someone or asking for a little help yourself. It creates a small connection. For example, if someone needs help, you can say, "Can I help you?" Or, "Do you need a hand?" If you need something, try, "Excuse me, do you know where the restroom is?" Or, "Do you know what time the next bus comes?" Most people like to help, and this can lead to a longer conversation. But what happens after those first few words? Now that you've started talking, how do you keep the conversation going? Try these simple tricks to keep the conversation going and avoid pauses.
Yeah, that's really true. One time I asked someone for directions at the train station, and it turned into a really nice talk, and that stranger is now my best friend.
See? And the most natural way is to ask follow-up questions.
Follow-up questions? I'm not sure I get it.
That means you listen to what the other person said and then ask a question about it. It shows you're paying attention. Don't just ask a random question. For example, if someone says, "I just started a new hobby," you could ask, "Oh, what hobby is it?" Or, "How did you get interested in that?" Or if they say, "I'm reading a new book," you could ask, "What's it about?" Or, "Do you like it so far?" But remember to share something related to what they just said. It's not about taking over the conversation. For example, if they mention a hobby like cooking, you might say, "That sounds fun. I tried making pancakes last week." This makes it feel more like a real conversation. Simple words and phrases like, "Oh, really? That's interesting. Wow," or "I see what you mean," are like little spices in your conversations. These phrases show that you're listening and understand. By using them, you can keep the conversation flowing and feel more confident talking to anyone.
Ah, yes, I use those. They really make the conversation easier.
All right. So far, we've talked about preparing your mindset, starting conversations, and keeping them going. Now, let's look at some common mistakes that can hurt your confidence and how to avoid them. The first one is over-explaining or apologizing too much. You know, saying too many details or saying "I'm sorry" for small things. That can make you seem unsure, even if your idea is good. Just say what you need clearly and trust the other person understands.
Ah, that happens to me a lot. I tend to keep apologizing even when I don't need to.
Another mistake is talking too much and not really listening. A conversation is like playing catch. If you keep throwing the ball without letting the other person catch it, it's not fun. So listen, let them speak, and respond to what they say.
Right. I sometimes get so focused on what I want to say that I forget to listen.
Also, don't avoid eye contact. Looking at the person naturally shows you're interested, confident, and engaged. No need to stare. Just look when they're speaking and when you speak.
Got it. That makes a big difference in how the other person feels.
Next, let's talk about ending a conversation politely. Knowing how to exit smoothly leaves a great impression. You can give a reason like, "Well, I should let you go," or "I need to get going now." You can also show appreciation. "It was great talking to you," or "I really enjoyed our chat." If you want to continue later, try, "Let's catch up again soon," or "Maybe we can talk more about this later." Simple phrases like "take care" or "have a great day" work too. Combine one or two, and you can leave confidently and politely.
Oh, I like that. Those phrases feel so simple, but really make the conversation end nicely. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate all your advice and examples. It really helps.
My pleasure, Julia. You did great sharing your experiences too. We truly hope these tips help you to share your thoughts and ideas with anyone. Tell us in the comments below. For more episodes, make sure you subscribe to the Slow English Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of your learning journey. Keep practicing, keep improving, and take care. This is Kevin, and see you in the next episode.